Good morning, everyone. I hope you are well. So, today's learning on this beautiful sunny day is dedicated in memory of the following: Elchanan ben Yaakov Diamond, Ben Sion ben Yitzchak, Leah Bas Bible, Yehudis Bas Shmuel Harris, Kalman ben Moshe Kana, Moshe Abram ben Zvi Fogel, Leah Bas Abram Yitzchak Goodwin, Paul Casimir, and Leah Basa from Yitzchak Goodwin, Annie Solomons. We wish them all long life and only simchas. So I want to share two brief ideas that relate to this coming week's parsha. It's a double portion. So we've been looking, what we've been doing in the morning since we finished Ethics of the Fathers, for those that weren't here, is that we have been looking at various insights that have practical relevance to our lives. Good morning, Rachel, David, Mervyn, Carol, Estelle, Powell, and all those that are joining us. So let's say the first idea, and we'll see why that we have brought it. All of them are exceptionally relevant and resonated with me. So the first idea is as follows. We're dealing with the second of the double parsha, which is kedoshim, and it discusses many of the aspects of our interpersonal relationships, social welfare, and other things. And the Torah tells us that, as follows, that you're not allowed to bear a grudge, right? And there's a prohibition of bearing a grudge, and you're not allowed to take revenge. Although revenge is sweet, you're not allowed to take revenge. Now, Rashi, one of the great medieval commentators, he says that what is the definition of taking revenge? Have you ever wondered, what is considered revenge and what's not revenge? So he gives the example as follows. Somebody says to you, can I borrow your lawnmower? Okay. And the friend responds, or the neighbor responds, no. The next day, the second person who refused to lend the lawnmower asks the friend, the same person, the friend or the neighbor, to lend him his strimmer, okay? And the first person refuses, the friend refuses and says, I'm not lending you my strimmer, just as you didn't lend me the lawnmower, okay? This, says Rashi, is taking revenge. And the Chizkuni, one of the commentators, asks a very simple question. He says, in this situation, who is the worse of these two? The person who didn't lend the lawnmower, right? You asked your neighbor, can I borrow your lawnmower? And they say no. Or the second person who is asked whether they can borrow the strimmer by the first person, right? And they are refused, and they are told the reason why I'm not lending you the lawnmower, the reason you're asking to borrow the strimmer, I'm not going to lend you the strimmer because you didn't yesterday lend me the lawnmower. Which one's worse? Person number one who refuses outright, or person number two who refuses because they feel justified and vindicated because of your behavior? Okay? And the Chizkuni says that the difference between them is fundamental. The first person says he has nothing against he says the second person is worse than the first person. The person, bear with me 1 minute. Yeah, let's when your Tesco order arrives right in the middle of a program. So I'll just conclude with this idea. Unfortunately, it's clashed with our program. I didn't know that it was coming now. So and the reason why I've got to go is because it's not fair to the employee who needs me to unload. So the answer is as follows. He says that number two is worse. Why? Because he's holding a grudge against number one. Okay, right? He's holding a grudge. The first one who refused the lawnmower, right? He was stingy, stingy is a bad character trait, but number two is holding a grudge. And to hold a grudge is much worse. It's something fundamental, as opposed to somebody who, is just needs to work on being more generous. Okay, so we're going to have to stop there. I apologize profusely, and I will put up the second idea later, but I can't. It's not because of me, but I can't hold up the gentleman who's waiting outside. Okay, we'll conclude. We'll stop here, to be continued, please God, tomorrow, without any disturbances from Tesco. Take care.